to that before it actually
I
does go
know, I
live.
know.
How are you, my friend?
Hello, hello, hello. Let me just pull it up here on this
Hello, is
monitor.
me you're
It is
looking
storming
for?
out here.
Is it?
Yeah, anybody who had Xfinity Wi-Fi was knocked out.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
So
Jack was mentioning that because
yeah,
that was what.
Kevin
Yeah,
has it. I'm like, man, I'm glad I changed it. I had it for my biz when I was working. I had it. All right.
yeah. We're live with a little advert. There we are.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that. Actually, it wasn't just Jack because I think didn't John have some issues a week or so ago as well up in
Yeah.
Canada with
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminds me
But
when I was a boy in the 70s and we had strikes and stuff and no electricity. We were candles every winter. It was
oh man.
magical times. Yeah,
Yeah, right now it's like all gray and it's rainy and there's flood outside
yeah,
right now. But I remember my dad. We were in the military. We had to
yeah.
sleep in the bathroom because we had coconuts trees around our houses, so the coconuts would fly off the tree. It's like a cannonball going through your window.
Wow.
So yeah, my dad, I used to have a metal army helmet so I wouldn't get hit in the head. I was like, Daddy, what is this for? Well, you're already brain dead. I don't need you more brain dead anymore. So but yeah, it
Do you know,
was
it's funny you say that, right? Because, oh, crikey, it must have been about 1976, maybe 77. And we lived in an apartment above a fruit and veg store, which my mum and dad owned. And I remember it was tiny. I mean, really tiny. My brother and I were in bunk beds in what was essentially a cupboard, a closet. And then opposite was a bathroom. And I remember being in the bath and looking up and seeing, there was a panel there that you could move out the way. I was just a
great.
little kid. I mean, I must have been 9 or 10. And I thought, I wonder what's up there. Like you do. So I got a chair and I went up and I got this box down. You'll never guess what was in the box.
What was
There
in the
was a
box?
Nazi helmet and a hand grenade.
Oh my god!
Yeah, seriously. Somebody had obviously brought it back from World War II. So they
Wow.
had the police came in, they took it away, and they had to go and make sure it didn't have any ammunition in it. But, they obviously had to take it away and explode it just in case and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so that was that time in the bath when I had a hell of a bang. Crazy
Wow.
stuff.
It
Great to
is.
see everybody in the chat. Thank you
Oh
so
my god! Look at all these
much.
wonderful people here.
You are lovely. A lot of yous. Oh, look, there's Erin, there's Vet. We genuinely don't know today whether we're going to see a Twas. It's a brave new world. No, we don't think we will either.
The
But
whole new
it's a whole new world. But we'll see. We'll keep doing the old refresh. Our suspicion is maybe later in the week. And if that's the case, we'll have to completely rethink Rokk Reveal. But it's all good because, of course, this Friday, Ray, we've got the whole brand new series of Friday Night Rock, which I haven't a clue what we're going to do in it yet, but we'll make it up.
Oh my god! There's well, let's see. I know one game. You got the Riders Republic. So that's it. That's a huge game to play.
Oh, right. Oh, you want to play games, do you? Oh, wow. You're ahead of me. I was thinking we would talk. What we'll do is
games on a Friday.
what we'll do is me and Aaron and John. No, who is in it? Who's in it? Let's get this right. It's you, me, Aaron, and is that it? I can't remember. I don't,
Wait a minute.
I'll have to go back and have a look.
You don't know who the hell's on your show?
I can't remember.
Oh my god!
Oh, we'll find out.
I'm supposed to send a link to somebody.
I will. I'll sort it out. Don't worry, boss. I'll sort it out. But yeah, we'll talk and you can play, and we'll just screen you playing. So that's all good. There's no problem. Yeah, but it's going to be good fun. And of course, I've been hinting all day today of the impending season 2 of Cloudburst. Yes, it's back, ladies and gentlemen. More information in the coming days.
Yes.
But I am so excited. I can't tell you. And we've got such an amazing lineup for season 2 as well. So stay tuned for that. No secrets. Just, you've had enough. You know it's coming. That's the important thing.
That's right.
Now, John and Clive are imminent. And in fact, as I looked
Impotent. What did you say?
Impotent.
Oh.
Yeah. No, Clive's impotent. No, he's not. Here he is. Clivey baby.
Hello.
How's it going, my friend?
Yes, good.
How has your Monday been so far? Oh, it's Tuesday even.
Yeah,
Tuesday. Brain.
Yeah.
How's your Tuesday been? How was your Monday and how has your Tuesday been?
They merge into one gloop of days.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Busy, writing those contracts.
Doing
the
good
deals.
old contracts. Yeah. I suppose all your Christmas stuff's boxed and packaged up and made and ready to go live now. It's not even a case of signing stuff anymore, is it, for that?
No. Christmas is still a lot to do for Christmas.
Is there? Oh, wow.
It's always a rush for things.
Yeah. How's that new remake of Blake 7 coming along?
Oh, yeah, right.
Somebody should do it. Come on, man.
We have a super chat from Vet Cloud Gaming.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Aaron. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know you left some lovely comments. It was so cute because my dear little dad came over. He brought my mum's laptop that had stopped working. And so I took all some stuff off the hard disk for them. And while we were sat there waiting to take all the stuff off the hard disk, I was saying, yeah, that's my camera and there's the lights and this, that and the other. And he said, so what do you do? I said, well, let's press the button. I'll show you. So we were just sat there. He didn't have a clue.
They had no idea.
No, they didn't have an idea. And then, when I said to him, we are live, he went, are we? I did. But it was so much fun. And that's so kind of you, Aaron. Thank you, my friend. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I should bring him on as a guest. I know. He would. We wouldn't want to turn him into a media hag, though, would we? I mean, you know what he's like. Your dad is awesome. Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. I watch it back and I still chuckle when I watch it. It makes me. But he's a lovely old fella. Well, you see, this is the interesting thing, Krampus, because I live down on the southwest coast, a place called Devon, which is very rural. And everyone's supposed to have a real rural accent. And my dad has one, but I don't, not really. So it's lovely to get him on when he's using the old Devonian, and you can genuinely hear the difference, can't you? It's quite a thick accent in comparison to mine. But there you go. I've no idea why. It was that finishing school in Switzerland they sent me to. That's what sorted it all out.
Yeah, ladies finishing school, yeah?
Exactly. We had to walk around with boards on our heads and stuff,
right.
Doing all that malarkey.
Curtsying.
Exactly. So, Clive, what do you reckon? You reckon we got any? You're going to get a Twas tonight?
My gut feeling, no.
No.
I think you mentioned it earlier. I think it'll probably just come later in the week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's going to be pinned to any particular day.
No. I think it's going to come. I think they're going to centre on Thursday because it gives them a few days to get things sorted, and which it's okay if that's what they want to do. There's certainly been some stuff today we can talk about anyway. So out of the last, in fact, we haven't had a Rokk Reveal now for 2 weeks, have we? Or at least a week, because of course we did, because our time. We fell back and you guys didn't, and Clive and I, it meant that for Clive and I it was sort of 3:30 in the afternoon, which made it harder to do anything. But Ray, you've all caught up with us now, haven't you?
Sort of. I'm still trying to get used to the time.
We're old hands at it now, aren't we, Clive?
My sleep is completely messed up. Yeah.
Aaron wants to hear your North Carolina accent, Ray.
He's hearing it now.
That's the one. Where was Squeal Piggy and all that stuff? Where's that set? It's Alabama, isn't it? I guess.
Where vet is from.
Is that
You got a pretty mouth, squeal like a pig.
Squeal pig?
Isn't it in? It's either in the Louisiana or it's up north.
No, that's more like
New York.
That's more like Kentucky, Tennessee, in that kind of area up in the mountains.
It's the banjo, isn't it? Dueling. What do they call it? Dueling banjos or something.
Illegal moonshine. You got guys hiding in the woods making moonshine. You know.
Never had any. What does moonshine taste like?
Georgia.
Right? Georgia.
Let me tell you something.
That's where it's set.
You take just a sip, you're out. It's like over 100 proof.
No way, is it?
Kalawasi River.
Yeah.
Kalawasi River, Georgia. There you go, Ray.
Yeah.
Vet said Kentucky, but no, we have the definitive answer. It's Georgia.
Kentucky got some good bourbon.
Kentucky. They've got some good chicken.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the games.
Let's get to the games. Well, we're 2 minutes in. Shall we just run VT, as they used to say? Shall we do that? Let me see if I can find
this
it.
show.
Let's do it. Here we go.
We got
Well, hello. Welcome. It is Tuesday. It's not Monday, is it, guys? Welcome to Rokk Reveal. Now, John should be joining us shortly. I know he did say he would be a little bit late, but who knows? He may be bringing a Twas with him, or he may be not bring a Twas with him.
Really a Twas now, is it?
Twiz or Twas. I mean, is it? I've actually cleverly seen it
this week on
Stadia.
It's not a Twas, is it?
But...
Or is it? It's still this week,
Ace pronounces it twos, which actually it is spelt like the word twos, isn't it? Ones, twos, threes. Yes. So I mean, you could go either way. I've gone with Twas.
Pile of number two, but you know,
sometimes. Gentlemen, Raimundo and Clive.
Yes.
Twas or Twiz. It could be
this fortnight on.
It's
American, so it's this bi-weekly. So
this bi-weekly on Stadia.
Tubwas.
It
doesn't work anymore, you see, whether it's Tubwas or Tufos.
You're being too clever. Yeah. But you're absolutely correct. Tis was. There you go. Nimbus has got it. That's what it should be. Tis was.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Tis was.
Custard pie in the face.
Yes. The Phantom Flan Flinger, if I remember right.
Yeah, Flan Flinger.
That was old Chris, what's his face, wasn't it?
Chris Tarrant, Lenny Henry.
Yeah. So this was a Saturday morning show, Ray, when Clive and I were younger. Although I preferred Saturday Superstore and Swap Shop on the other side.
Obviously, my household was a BBC household.
Yes. To be fair,
was ITV. That was for the council house children, and the middle class children watched BBC. So we watched Saturday Superstore or Saturday Swap Shop, yes, with Noel Edmonds.
Yes.
Whereas the rather more rambustious anarchists watched Tiswas, which basically involved
pure chaos,
hitting people with custard pies.
So we had Snoopy Sales. In America, there was a guy named Snoopy Sales, and he was known. And I think the show was 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I mean, and he lived a long time, but he would throw pies in your face. That was his thing. You get a pie.
What was he called? Sleeping Seals.
Snoopy Sales.
Oh, right.
Obviously, we have to be careful when we reference children's shows from the 70s and the 80s.
Well, we're very much in a world of our own, Clive.
No, but I'm thinking more about the presenters. We just have double check they haven't been scooped up by.
I think Noel and Chris are okay, but
Noel, Chris, Lenny, they're all okay.
Yeah, they're all right. Just about. But you're right. We do have to be careful. There's no two ways about that. So it's 5:02. And on a Friday, we would have been saying, it's
Crackerjack.
Crackerjack, another child favorite of ours from the 70s, Ray.
Ooh, hey, I love getting prizes out of a Cracker Jack box.
Well, yeah, it was good because they gave you prizes and you had to hold them in your hands.
Cabbages.
And they would put cabbages and stuff.
Yeah.
And at the end of the timer, whatever you had left in your arms, you took home. Of course, most of the kids dropped it. I mean, and they literally got nothing out of it, which is a real shame. But there you go. But anyway, let's have a look. Have we got anything worth looking at here on the old Twas? And of course, the answer is no. But that's okay, because as it happens, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a fair old amount of stuff that's been going on this past, 10 days or 2 weeks since we last did a Rokk Reveal. And Ray, you mentioned earlier, and it had passed me by, to be fair, that in fact, it's 35 years since Ubisoft launched.
Jeez.
And there's a ton of stuff you can get.
If you got the Ubisoft, I think you have to go to their website, but they have what is called rewards. So you go to each of the games and you click on the rewards, and they have a lot of extra stuff. So it's on the
Ubisoft Plus site.
Yeah. So
no, I think it's just Ubisoft.
I must have claimed, no lie, probably about 20 things on different games.
Wow.
From Valhalla to the Division, and we're talking like skins. We're talking about guns. We're talking about vehicles, clothes, even desktop pictures. And they also have a game. They got a free game. They gave away a free game.
A free game? What?
Yes.
What? Hey, what free game?
Well, let's click and find out.
Oh, I did. It won't let me log in.
It's the Chronicles. It's the Assassin's Creed Chronicles.
Wow.
And I think it's like they have the Russian, and I think they have the one in India. I think it's those 3 games I think you can get.
So this is news.ubisoft.com, which is where I have gone, and it's their big news header. 2nd of November. So basically this started on the 2nd of November, and it runs all the way through to December the 19th. So you've got a fair amount of time. Every day you can click on their store, and there's a chance to win $1,000 in credits that you can then obviously apply against games and stuff. Plus, I had a little look earlier, and if you've got any credits, I've got about, I don't know, 1,200 Ubisoft credits. For 100 credits, you can get 20% discount off anything, which is pretty cool if you're in the market to buy something. I struggle because, of course, being a Ubisoft Plus member, I kind of have everything that I want, but I'm sure there's some stuff in there that you can't get through Ubisoft Plus. What do you reckon, chaps?
I'm having a look. I'm having a look now.
I saw some really cool skins and hats and T-shirts that I can put on my characters. Like right now, my game right now that I'm playing is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm loving the new DLC Motherland. I can't stop. I just can't stop playing that. The AI, the new vehicles. Look at that. See, that's where I went. I just click.
So there's 75% off.
Okay,
pretty much everything, which is astonishing.
Where's all the freebie stuff then?
Yeah, I know.
You gotta click on it where it says Ubisoft Plus. So you go to Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's their website.
Oh. Yeah, I get an error
go.
logging in. I don't know
what's
why.
new.
Pussycat.
Oh,
recently added.
Yeah, I get an error, but they've got the anniversary sale.
Rewards.
So Ghost Recon Breakpoint is down to 11 or just under £12 from $58.99. Okay. And you're right, Ray. The new Motherland expansion is absolutely awesome. You've basically got a whole new map, haven't you, of islands that you need to defeat the insurgents and gain it back and find all sorts of stuff.
They got these Mad Max looking vehicles with the gunner on top. And then when you get inside, you can hear the engine roaring. It's
Because you went to you started off at one of the high levels, didn't you? So
I
you've gone
sure
in and like,
I no lie, I must have died maybe 20 times. And
wow,
then after I defeated the area, I got in a helicopter to go to another destination. But you have the drones. I mean, they all when you fly in the air, it says, you're in a no flying zone, and the drones will shoot you down. And I mean, your helicopter explodes immediately. So yeah.
no, it's absolutely superb.
Yeah, I claim the little bits and bobs.
Where'd you claim them, Clive? Oh, you got into an area that I couldn't log into, didn't you?
Yeah, I logged into Ubisoft Plus and then
Yeah.
redeem rewards, and they're like little, as you say, little trinkets and things you can add to your
Yeah.
characters' guns. Some for Rainbow
Gotcha.
Six, some for there was a bundle I think for Rainbow Six or something like that. And
So I'm wondering if I'm wondering if you can see any of this stuff. Of course, Ubisoft Just Dance 2022. And that has literally just landed. Was it last Friday on
expensive,
Stadia?
isn't it? 50 quid.
It's 50 quid, and I don't think it's part of Ubisoft Plus either, is it, Ray?
It should be.
Well, I tell you now,
Ubisoft.
I've
I
got
think it might
Ubisoft Plus,
sit-
and it isn't.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's not showing me the
I think it sits outside.
yeah.
Oh wow.
There's a
Probably 'cause of
couple of games
licensing.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because of the music and
Because they're
stuff.
going to have to
I'm
report
guessing.
back, so it's
Yeah.
on the music.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard also they had like over 40 something tracks.
Yeah, but to make it real work, you also like you need to really, if you use it regularly, you need to subscribe as
Oh,
well.
really?
Just to get all the sort of latest tracks that get released that are become available for it. There's loads of tracks there, but then there's also some. So they regularly update it, but in order to get those, you need to subscribe month pass.
Okay.
So £3.50 a month, which is basically half a Spotify, to add some additional music to dance to, which you could just subscribe to Spotify and dance, I guess. But
yeah,
not
but you don't get
with the
rewards and
characters.
points and become legendary
Yes.
dancer.
Exactly.
You don't max out the rewards on Blackpink.
Wow, and you don't get to dance to whoever it is, Funky Perfect and Crazy Super. Are these people all just adjectives?
They're character names
Okay.
of those characters, and they've done really well. Superstar, Super Perfect, Mega.
Oh, look at them. Yeah, Baby Megastar
Baby
has done very
Megastar.
well. Yeah. Ray, is this a favourite little dip in of yours?
No.
My daughter plays it, and sometimes she ropes in my son.
Honestly, my wife, she loves the dance games. Maybe this is something I'll pick up from my wife because she loves that.
Yeah, but I know 50 quid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
When it goes down to about 20 quid, I think I bought 2021 or whatever it was for about.
Yeah.
It was about 20 quid.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Ubisoft has amazing sales. They always got.
It's the launch price, 50 quid. So.
Yeah, and apart from new tracks, Clive, is it essentially the same? Is it like a FIFA? Is it basically the same game?
Yeah. Obviously, new dance routines for the new tracks.
Ninja Guy X, he loves Just Dance.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Well, we know he loves it because he was very upset because he was unable to get his completionist rewards for completing 2021. I think
he was one of the guys that when we played Motherland Breakpoint, it was me, Stadia Pro Gaming, Ninja Guy X, and Real Certified Doc, and that was fun because also in that game you got Stadia Stream Connect feature, so you can watch your mates seeing what they're going through, and I still think that's one of my favorite features on Stadia.
I've got new privacy setting. You know what? Are you the same as me? If there's a little orange circle or a thing with a number in, I've just got to go and sort it out.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't leave it there. I don't know what my new settings are. Join your current game. Players who see this.
This is the rollout of the new. You can jump into a friend's game without an invite.
Do we want that, Clive?
Well, apparently, right? Can I just rant very quickly? Apparently, according to Ben Shoon over at 9 to 5,
Yeah.
this is the long-awaited must-have thing. Apparently, no, sorry, I'm going to say they use the word the long overdue
Right.
feature of Stadia.
That
Apparently,
everybody else has, apparently.
yeah, it's apparently everybody else's, and it's absolutely essential. And you're not a proper console platform without this feature, apparently. But
Wow.
as I said last night, personally, I don't want randoms, even if they're my mates, necessarily jumping into my game, unless I've cordially invited them with an RSVP.
Exactly.
And a sort of a gold,
had to happen at
a gold italic invite, like a Willy Wonka.
But the thing is, I jumped into YouTube. I mean, that's how I met you guys. I jumped into Clive's and I jumped into Ray's game.
Sure did.
So I'm kind of being a bit of a hypocrite if I don't set this going.
No. I mean, when I was playing Outriders, you can go into settings and you can turn that off, and I didn't know about it, and I had somebody jump in my game, and this is something I wanted to do by myself. Like, hey, you need some help? And I was like, no, I got this.
So that's the bit. New join your current game. That's the new feature. So it's good that they do it in orange. You can see which is the actual new feature.
Yeah, that's clever.
Bit there. Yeah,
and you do get a choice whether you want to restrict it to everyone or just to people you invite.
I'm cool with that.
Friends
and their friends. Yeah, I mean, the only reason
I think that what would be better for me, I think generally is if you had a sort of an upper tier of friends. So because
elite
an elite set of friends. So because obviously you get loads of invites, right? And sometimes I think it's rude not to go, yeah, all right. I don't want to be seen to be that guy that doesn't,
like me,
request the friends. So I get loads of them, and I'm sure people like Sonny, whatever, probably get, a whole truckload of invites. Every time he streams, people are going, right? So then when you do want to play with your friend and your friend's name begins with Y, you've got, you could search for it, but what I want is at the top, be able to pin, your regular players or these are my friends of friends, as it were, not friends of friends, my top level of friends that I like to play with on a regular basis. I want them all at the top. So find them easily when it comes to inviting them. That'd be more useful.
John, apologies. I'm sure you've been sat there for hours.
Here comes
John. No, that's okay. I came in at What's New Pussycat.
Aha! You were.
Not too long ago.
You were announced, but you weren't shown. It's the trouble I have with this system is that it adds new people underneath, and I don't always notice that you're there. So my sincere apologies, my friend. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. I had fun watching from afar. I guess a little voyeurism. Kind of new and exciting. So.
Ooh, Matrix, as Frank Skinner says.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the merits or demerits of this new feature that I've just spotted that is obviously rolling out, where you can allow anybody, any of the hoi polloi, to jump into your game. I was just about to say, I actually don't have a massive issue with it, other than typically if I'm in a game, it's usually because I'm working through a campaign or something, but it does specifically say multiplayer game, so you've got to at least have that feature. But it might, and if somebody jumps in, I guess you have the ability to kick them out again if you change your mind.
I think it's actually also it's only on select games as well, actually, that you can do it. I think so. Yeah, there are only select games.
I love you, man.
Well, Ray, elucidate, expand. What hostage video? Oh, this is on Cloud Gaming Extreme.
I survived.
Were you taken hostage?
I survived. I had to. I hit my breaking point towards the end, but I did all right. And shout out to those guys; they're good guys. Just had to let off a little something.
Awesome. They are good guys. So let's players join your. Hang on a second. I've let me hide that thing there so that you guys are front and center. There we go. So what it says is Stadia says multiplayer games like Far Cry 6 let other players join your game directly from your profile without an invite from you. Yeah, I mean, look, I've completed Far Cry 6, so I don't particularly mind. But the difficulty is if I'm playing on my own, I rarely have a headset or mic set up.
Yeah.
So I could kind of wave at you, but
Well, then when
we're
you
probably not
jumped
gonna
in,
get a
see,
chit chat going.
when you jumped in all way back in the day, when you
Yeah.
jumped into that Division 2, whatever, I was
Yes.
like, right, okay, good. We can coordinate here. Get the mic on. Here we
Yeah.
go. What's wrong with the guy? Speak up.
See,
Come on.
I have a problem.
Dumbass.
See,
Well,
I
talk
have
to
a
us. Come on.
problem because
Nothing.
when I play Red Dead Online, there's people that jump in to kill me,
Yeah.
and then they jump out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing in Red Dead?
They shoot my horse, and then they jump out of the game.
Look,
Oh.
leave Bet Gaming out of this now.
You know,
right?
shout out to Blake Stadia. How you doing, Blake?
Stadia.
How you doing?
Blake would never do that.
I played Red Dead Online a couple of weeks ago for the Caring from the Clouds, and I'm coming through there. I played it I was about an hour and a half into it. Then all of a sudden, I didn't know who was real and who was like online or a real person. All of a sudden, I'm riding the horse. Someone comes up to me. They turn around and they just start firing up. Sure enough, they just came to kill me, and then they took off.
Really?
I was like, I didn't even do anything. Like I didn't even. I guess they're just doing it just for fun, but still, I'm like, come on.
When I first started playing Red Dead Online, I kind of took the policy, because normally on there I try to be friendly, but now I take the policy, if in doubt, just shoot them. So if I see a stranger, I just
shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10 it's shoot or be shot. So
Yeah, no, that's fair.
that's just the nature of the game. I've learned the hard way.
That is fair.
And
That
then
is fair.
and then Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, there was a guy. He went and took out the whole team.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the worst form of that, really.
So-
when you're on the same team.
That's
I mean,
why I keep it my friends. Like
Yeah.
somebody that just jump in your game you don't know.
Mm.
That's why friends only that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not the great. So I'll just touch on a non-Stadia game, but so the nature of people are that in Red Dead Redemption or in Grand Theft Auto, those sort of things where other people can be in the game.
Mm.
Given the nature of gamers generally, they're more likely to just mess with you and shoot you or kill you or whatever, right? And sometimes that is that's sort of part of the game, but most times it's just they're just being annoying and it's not really that. But the great thing about Sea of Thieves on Xbox is it's a pirate game, and the point is to rob people, kill and rob people, and you go in knowing that you are at risk of being killed and robbed.
Yeah.
That and in a way, I quite like that. Although it's absolutely annoying, as people always say, people get upset when they get robbed and their gold is stolen or they get killed, and it's like, it's a pirate game. That is the point. So you can be annoyed by it, but the point is you expect to see not all pirates are nice. So expect to be randomly attacked 9 times out of 10 in that game. But it's part of what I like about it is it's actually that serves the sort of mechanics and suspense of the game, that you never know when you're going to be, you might have a pile of chests on your boat. You never know when you're going to be raided. 4 hours work, gone.
All gone.
Longer than that.
Talking of gone, Bryant's just, I just spotted this as well, Bryant, as well. Grace is,
Grace.
She's actually said, psst, I'll give you, psst. I know you're looking for that this week on Stadia blog post. It'll be dropping tomorrow.
Hey.
So there you go, folks. It ain't dropping tonight.
Everybody off. See ya. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's been lovely. Anyway, goodbye. Bye.
Bye. Farewell.
Well,
We can guess. We will guess what it will contain. But before we do that, there's actually been some quite interesting news. Now, I know last night on your show, Clive, you touched on that little blog piece, the technical piece with stuff that looks like it's coming to Stadia. And we noted that
APK.
the APK,
Yeah.
and that potentially includes Dolby Digital, the Dolby Sound, which is all interesting stuff. I'm assuming, to be fair, if they're able to convey 5.1, then that's just a set of standards that they apply and call it Dolby. I doubt there's anything particularly technical that they need to do to make it work.
According to that article, so and again, it's a bit above my head, but I think, in fairness, Kyle from 9 to 5, Well done, Kyle. No snarty comments. Very good.
He's working 9
Have
to
a word
5.
with Ben. Kyle. Anyway, Kyle tried to explain it, and it's something to do with the compression, and that there's the way that it's delivered for the 5.1 is something like it's lossless, so that there's no really compression, so it's easy for them to do. But what's harder to do is the Dolby Pro, because the message needs to be compressed, and then then something's done with the signal afterwards. And the issue with the 5.1 not being compressed is that some people have to make a choice for some reason. So this is a bug with Stadia. They potentially have to make a choice between 4K and 5.1.
Oh.
Now I think the idea with the Dolby Pro is that in providing that would avoid that issue. They wouldn't have the same issue anyway. It's not being a choice between, my telly can't quite work with both, so I have to make a choice whether it's 4K.
And this is specifically the audio as opposed to the Dolby video codec.
So it's something to do with, they were saying that it would involve, the signal would need to be, would be like a compressed signal and then unpacked when it arrived or whatever for Dolby. But for the 5.1, it doesn't work like that.
I mean, let's be frank. At our age, we wouldn't we wouldn't notice the flipping difference, would we?
No, I didn't notice it was 5.1. Dolby Pro's not working.
Jessica. Yes, folks, another 70s BBC reference there. Our deepest apologies to international viewers.
We've got to update our firmware and our hearing aids to be able to decode that.
Exactly,
right?
John. Exactly. Well, I'm sat there with my dear old dad, and he's going A, and I'm going, what? A? And I'm thinking, what's Dolby going to do for us?
Yeah.
Nothing is the short answer, folks. But, it's nice to see it happening. And I don't think any of the other cloud platforms have the Dolby stuff going on, have
Xbox,
they?
Don't they? I don't know if it's on xCloud, but they
I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it's on xCloud. I know that the new GeForce Now has something. It's 7.1. That's what it has. So they've got the extra couple of speakers that you can have behind your head. I did have a 7.1 set up, but the wife wouldn't let me have all the little speakers everywhere, so it was
trailing wires.
Useless. Yeah, ain't having none of that.
Yeah. What is that like? You're not having any trailing wires round here, young man.
I don't know. What is it with women and trailing wires? I think it's.
I'll find a solution that doesn't involve. You're not taking the walls apart.
Yeah. But do you remember back in the day when we used to have speakers? I can't show you. They were massive, huge, great big disco-sized speakers on your wall. Now they're tiny little things, aren't they?
Yeah.
With a subwoofer hidden away under the stairs that nobody can see anyway. Amazing stuff. And as well as we just noted, John, before we came along, that we're in the midst of the 35 years of Ubisoft, and there are these amazing sales. But equally, there have been some releases and updates the last few days to a whole slew of Ubisoft games, haven't there?
Wow, yeah. I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla get another update released to it as well?
They did indeed. Over to our friends at Stadia Source here. So we have 1.4.0. I can't keep up with all the updates in the games I play, the Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion, and on they go. There'll be a Far Cry 1 soon, Far Cry 6, 1, 2 soon, 7, 8. But yeah, this is a new one. There's some fixes. They've got some, it's called Tombs of the Fallen, Oscaria Festival, some new skills and stuff. And it doesn't look like a massive update, but it's got some stuff going on, and they're fixing issues as well. But I think they're fixing issues for content that I haven't got to yet. So that one was today.
I need to jump back in.
On what forum did Grace make the announcement?
I spotted on the Discord. I have no idea why they use the Discord, Clive.
Just so I don't find
they have their favourites
because they know I have an aversion to it.
I don't know if I can get it into focus.
Blooming
There it is. You can read it now if you get a magnifying glass or a pair of binoculars out. Didn't say a great deal, but it's coming tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be
Yeah.
I get it. I see it.
interesting. So yeah, Valhalla. If you're into I read the other day it's been their most successful franchise to date. The Valhalla release. It's been huge.
Awesome.
Yeah, they've made some money from it, which is nice. We've also got, this is interesting. This is only just this went live literally while we were live on Stadia Source, stadiasource.com. Assassin's Creed Liberation HD has been rated for Stadia. Now you remember, Ray, I was saying to you this was the one. This is the one that's all about the old. We mentioned it, 1777 or whenever it was.
1776.
1776.
The Revolution.
That's the one. The year is 1765 as the events leading up to the American Revolution heat up. I've been playing this on PC and I love it. It's one of my favorites. I love the storyline and the whole kind of what's going on, and it mixes Britain with America, and you've got the the indigenous species, the natives, Native Americans as well. It's just really good, and this has been cleared, so we've got this coming up.
French.
No, there are. Yeah, the French were a little bit involved as well. They did. Their money helped enormously. But that's coming up, so that's really good.
I heard something about Wreckfest. It's coming.
Yeah, Wreckfest was rated.
So I'm
great.
Extremely excited because
I love the on
love
the trailer for it. I love the guy who's doing the voiceover for it. Almost a Harvey Keitel.
So Ray, you know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of Destruction Derby on PlayStation. Really?
Yes,
that was one of my favorite games on PlayStation.
And I know Vet's gonna be happy because you can race on lawnmowers, and there's lawnmower, Destruction Derby. I actually have the game on some other platforms, but I will definitely get it on Stadia.
It does look good.
I'd get it on Stadia.
Look at that, Dead Meat 86.
Yeah,
I got
that was my nickname.
Yeah, I got a 1966 Mustang that I love. Oh my god! So my dad had that car right there,
with the flames.
Not with the flames, but not the flames on it.
Here we go. Look at this. You get to race a combine harvester.
Look, how fun is that, man? Just smashing into each other and just all the destruction.
Just so you know, I actually take my son every year to in Pleasanton, California. They actually have this where you see it live, and so and most of them are women. Oh my god, women drivers that that are.
I don't know if Anthony's referring to this game. I played it on xCloud and it was unplayable, so I didn't get to enjoy it. The one thing that you can absolutely guarantee is that the port will be good for Stadia. I mean, we talked about this recently with the 3060 thing and how their bar is set so high they just won't let stuff on, with the exception of maybe Outriders. Other than that, they're pretty hot.
Before, right?
Yeah, exactly. That one sneaked in.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah, so maybe this will feature tomorrow in the blog post.
Yeah, I think you're right, Clive.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's very imminent. This and a couple more from Ubisoft Plus as well, which will be really cool.
Yeah,
including Liberation, which is absolutely awesome.
That's from our friends at THQ Nordic.
Yeah.
Yes, they're a good bunch as well. They're always chucking stuff on Stadia, aren't they? What else have they got here? Well, Just Dance we covered. 100 Days. You guys played any of the pro games this month so far?
Dirt 5.
I'm in love with Dirt 5, and I've been hearing people talk about these glitches. I have yet to see a glitch.
Yeah, I think I've maybe had a couple, but no more than perhaps on any other game. When it runs 99%, well, 80%, 90% of the time, I'd say it runs absolutely smooth, and it's brilliant. Really good.
What about the old naked winemakers, Ray?
Yeah, remember that?
You know what? I might just get a glass of wine later tonight and actually play this.
I think it's a game that you should play, and then every time you get a little achievement, you take a swig of something,
And I just go sit out in my backyard in my
and
in my
stream
birthday
it.
suit.
Yeah. Just don't take your clothes off. Right?
I mean, I might,
Don't stream that, please.
You know, I got some new neighbors that just moved in. They'd be scared to death.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't wanna do that.
I was actually surprised at how complex it is. I was hoping I could just go in and press a couple of buttons, and there's
Play
yes,
with your controller. Yeah, like
Yeah,
pour
well done,
wine,
you've made
drink
some wine.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, no,
It's a
proper
really
strategy.
detailed game.
Type game simulation. Sorry,
really impressive
simulation
actually.
game.
Yeah,
Lot of effort.
there's a story mode in it, and it's pretty straightforward. That's enjoyable. You can do that, but once you get out of the story mode, it's like then it's on because you're like updating your tractors, the vineyards, all your stuff. So you really got to be like micromanage everything and make sure it's good. But I had a really good time with the story mode in the game there, and I remember originally I really wasn't that interested in it, and then Ray mentioned the naked people on there.
That was
so
it.
I thought, wow,
Straight in.
Yeah, that's it. Straight in and straight out.
Absolutely. That's a whole other game. But and then Dirt 5, which you've already mentioned.
And then Saints Row 4 was the other one, wasn't it?
Oh,
Saints Row 4. Yeah.
Saints Row 4,
I
yeah.
watched somebody stream that last night.
Kimono.
Yeah, Saints Row 4 is funny. It's just
It's great.
It's that
great.
cheeky humor that
Yeah.
the Saints Row games are known for, and you're playing like the president of the United States, but you're like all beefed up and it's just really fun. Yeah, it's just over the top.
I really like
funniness.
it. Is that in a way they've some of the when you play like a Grand Theft Auto or whatever, or those sort of things, or even in Far Cry, what's the annoying thing is getting from A to B.
Right.
Like walking to A to B, or
Yeah.
jumping in a car and going and finding where you've got to go and all that. The great thing about Saints Row 4 is because you get souped up, so you can run at ridiculous speeds. You can run faster than a car,
Yep.
which is really cool. Yeah. It's
I
really fun.
like staying and fighting the other game.
And you can, and the other thing is you have a super jump. You can jump, like the height of a building. So a combination of running really fast and jumping over buildings gets you from A to B really quickly. And that, to me, that's really great because it's always the boring bit trying to. Oh God! Don't tell me I've got to go to the other side of the island in Far Cry 6, and I haven't got a helicopter or plane to do it.
You don't think we might get that in the blog tomorrow? GTA.
Ooh.
Peggy 18.
You may not be wrong, Ray. You may not be. I mean, it hasn't. They've kind of not made it clear that that's going to happen, but who knows?
The voice actor of the alien, the alien master, the sort of leader in this is really good. He's got that sort of not English classic English actor voice.
There's a part early on in the game where you go back and I think it's like you're thrown into this world and it's like the 50s or whatever, and the way that the way that you start walking down the stairs and stuff, and it's like leave it to be. It's like it's so funny.
And this predated Wonder as well.
Oh right, okay.
So that's what I thought. Wow, that's really clever because, if it had come after that, you'd be going, "Oh, they're just doing what they did in Plagiarism." But no, this is their, them. You can see how fast he was running then.
It's the kiddies.
Yeah,
I've got to play a bit more of this. I just played the first few minutes of it and kind of went on to try the others. So
the first few minutes is like really conventional,
right?
Like the intro bit, which I think is the point. It's like, you play like a masked character, and you just got this really simple mission. You kill a few people, open a few doors, whatever. And so it's like it leads you into that sense that this is like a really not boring, but a conventional game of this sort. And then it just goes bonkers, and the rules are broken and everything, like in terms of what can be done, and it just there's some real fun elements in it. As John said, there's great humor in it, and then there's, as I and I was saying last night, the thing about Saints Row 4 is it was designed at the sort of end of I'd say the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era, and obviously the design choices that the artistic choices that you have to make then are restricted by, the power of the console.
Yeah.
So when a game is remastered, as this was, a few years later, and then it comes out now, there are things that if they were making it now that perhaps they wouldn't do, or they'd give it more depth or more detail, but that you can't put that into a remaster in terms of the mechanics and some of the artistic choices and decisions you have to make because of the restrictions of the computing power you had at the time. And so to me, playing it, there's a real nostalgic feel about its overall design that takes me back to those fun days of the Xbox 360 where there was lots of sort of games like this. It's hard to pinpoint what it is, but it feels like a dated game, but in a good way, a nostalgic way.
It's like Crackdown. If you ever played Crackdown,
that's what I was thinking exactly.
right?
Even like
that's
Crackdown 3, it reminded me of which is a more of a modern day, but that still retained the spirit of those sort of 360 type days.
And Saints Row 4 is new to Stadia. There's an earlier Saints Row, isn't there?
Yeah. So the Saints Row 3, which got remastered, was released prior. But this is it's so fun. It's different enough from 3. Like 3 and 4 are different enough that they're like, I highly recommend it. And even if you aren't a Stadia Pro subscriber, like you saw there, it's super cheap too. It's like, they're not trying to milk you just because it's a new game on Stadia. It's, I think, what was it, like 10 or I know here in Canada it was like $13 or $14 if you don't have a Stadia Pro subscription. So it's super cheap. Yeah,
it's great. I'm going to go back and I finished Guardians of the Galaxy the other day, just before, I think Thursday. I finished it Thursday or Wednesday. Obviously, I finished Far Cry
through these games.
I do rattle through.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm thinking,
am I the only one
of unfinished games?
Far Cry 6?
Yeah,
it's like a crack addiction. I can't help myself.
How do you do it?
I make sure that I choose the easiest modes, and because I just want to get through it. I just want to, I'm in it. I'm on it. I'm going to get it done. But fireworks. But I'm going to go back and pick up on Saints Row. I did dive in. This is where I am at the moment, the same as you, Ray. I've gone back into Ghost Recon Breakpoint on Stadia because that's where all. But the thing about Ghost Recon is it's one of those games that came out before they introduced the whole kind of multi-platform play thing. So you have to play it where you've been playing it. Although I did own it. I did buy it initially on PS4. I've been playing it on Stadia, so that's where I've been playing it and loving it. And it looks so good. It looks better now than it did when the game first came to Stadia. I'm absolutely convinced.
And when you're playing with the team, with the artificial team, they also level up as well.
Yeah.
So
it's great, isn't it? Because when they first
up, but the Breakpoint.
Yeah.
With I think it might be Ghostlands.
There's the earlier one that came out.
I like the Breakpoint, the one where you can say to the to your, even if it's an AI character, you say take him out. With a sniper, take him out. I love that.
That's what you do. You could do it in the previous one as well, but that's what I do all the time.
I was behind a box and I was getting pinned down, and there was no. And these the heavy gunners that have they got you got to shoot them in the head. You can't shoot them in the body. There was 3 of them, and so I said, wait a minute, I can have my squad take them out, and I said, it's the right bumper, so you hit it and then take them out. They were out. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
And they do it instantly as well. I always choose the guy who's got that kind of echo icon, which basically means he's going to call in reinforcements. Always take him out, and always take out the guys with the heavy. So I get my AI dudes to take them out, and then everybody else is easy. But it's such a great game. So I've been catching up on that, but I'm going to jump in on Saints Row for sure. And what about the other Kimono game? Anybody given that a go?
Yeah, I've not given it a go yet.
I will give it a go soon. That's on my backlog of games.
It's that sort of 8-bit style, nostalgia
8-bit
platform, kind of side-scrolling platform thing, isn't it?
And you can, if I remember correctly, it's maybe like it's only like a couple hours for you to beat, so it's maybe like a 2 to 3 hour game at most. But it's got local multiplayer as well. It's just fun, nothing special. It's a great candidate for Stadia Pro, so glad to see it coming to Stadia Pro, so more people can play, and hopefully that
Peggy
just entices even more games to come over from the developer. But yeah, it's a fun little game.
Yeah, don't we have someone starting a Kickstart a game? They've been really busy on Twitter saying, "Hey, you guys want me to come to Stadia? You want me to come to Stadia?"
Yeah,
Soul, what's
Shadow
it?
something of Soul.
Soul Passenger.
Soul
Passage.
Passage.
Yeah.
Soul
Passage. Yeah.
So, interesting.
Stadia Source did an interview with them, a really good interview,
Yep.
I thought.
Nice.
And they're from Turkey, although the company's based in Syria. I think.
Oh, really?
Syria,
That's interesting.
Slovenia, I think.
Oh, wow.
Probably next to Turkey. I don't know. Anyway, but I think he's Turkish. The guy. You can check with Stadia Source. But it's very interesting. And he was saying his wife was a nurse, but she wanted to join in with the programming, so she taught herself to code. Like,
Wow.
I was thinking,
Awesome.
exactly. I was
Wow.
thinking, wow, like that is commitment in terms of like like you've got all your nursing exam, done all that, and you get actually going to learn a completely different skill set. Yeah,
Instead of Bandai, she could have set up Bandage, couldn't she?
yeah, very good. Yeah,
That would have been really
games. Yeah,
I did have a little play of this. It's not my normal kind of game, but I have to say I thought it was really well implemented. And as Anthony says, if you kind of like those old school games, this has it all for you. Great fun, nice and simple, and of course perfect for mobile play. The graphics, the quality of the graphics, etc., work really well on a small screen. So definitely one for that. And again, I think what Stadia have done, and they do extremely well, is it's the whole curation, the pack that they give you, is they're trying to cater to multiple tastes. And they really have. They've got the whole wine sim thing. They've got the whole, sort of shoot 'em up. They've got
not according to Classic Rando on the comments section of the Stadia blog.
Classic Rando. Is he still kicking around?
Yeah. So I featured him 2 weeks ago on my exclusive members thing where I go to Stadia Reddit. But he was in the last. So I'm waiting away. I'm hoping in a way, oddly enough,
It's your
in the blog.
He's your antithesis.
Classic Rando.
He is. He's literally. Is he aware that he is such a part of the Clive culture?
I don't know, but I'm going to keep going.
Classic Rando.
Some guy.
Even the name makes me chuckle.
Someone guy commented on, and he is, and people are. So it's not just me. Like it's been bothering me for yonks, like months, almost since the first few months of Stadia. Like he's never had a good word to say, and he's walked out. So that's it. I'm done. Right, and it's always on the Stadia blog post comments. But loads of people contacted me after I kind of highlighted this several times, and saying, "Yeah, I'm aware of this person. I'm aware of this person. He's been doing." And then one guy says, "I go in and give kudos to everybody else above him." So to push. Like they tend to push him down.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
So you
just imagine he's this kind of Marvin, the paranoid android character.
That's one of my cheerful Charlies, one of those.
Absolutely superb. But I actually was really impressed with 100 Days. Again, not the kind of game that I would typically buy or play. But it's there, it's free, under the subscription. So why don't you? And it's actually got so much work put into it. And I learned a huge amount about farming and growing wine.
Do you think you're going to, is a little game you can get lost in? A bit like really sort of down into the weeds, figuratively speaking?
I think there are people that are really into this. And because you can you can literally grow your whole farm, John, can't you? You're not just limited to...
Yep, exactly. I think it's kind of like along the same lines of Farming Simulator. There a new version's coming out later at the end of this month, I believe. It's like you get so wrapped up into these games, and like Rokk said, like even if you don't have an interest in this, for Stadia Pro, it's worth trying it out, and you might just be surprised. Like I said, the story mode, I had fun with that. Now, after the story, when things got a little bit more difficult, kind of stepped back a bit from that. But
All those grapes don't look too good.
Yeah, make all these different wines,
Ooh, now
and
those are some shiny grapes.
yeah, you can you can have custom labels. You can name your wines. There's even 2 ducks down there that you can name that are in a pond. All these different
didn't see that.
upgrades. Yeah, yeah. It's
Wow.
very extensive if you want to get.
It's a massive
into it.
database, isn't it? It's like Football Manager.
Yes,
is
yeah.
it's
Well,
just
that's all
a
you
huge
gotta,
database.
well, then I gotta play it. Then I gotta play it.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a big old database, really, but they've done well with it, and I'm glad that it's become a pro game because it gets to be appreciated by a whole audience that wouldn't, as I say, like myself,
Right.
wouldn't necessarily pick it up, but it's certainly worth giving it a go. And Lee says,
I was
"You
waiting
can
for
get
that,
a cushion
yeah.
for those shiny grapes, Ray."
Waiting for the-
Does a couple of nice shiny grapes there. Absolutely. And then, as we said, Dirt 5 was the other one, which I think was the unanimous favourite
Peggy
amongst
12.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Dirt is awesome.
The only one I had difficulty with are the little American cars that look like wedges with like a high foot at the back and little point, and they don't really drift.
Yeah.
What, those things there?
No, not they're like that buggy, but they're even more sort of wedge-like with a high sort of foil at the
And-
back,
Yep.
and you're on a sort of you sort of racing on sand sort of thing. And they just don't drift.
So what's your preferred, like when you play racing games here, what's your preferred view? I'm interested to see what other people's
Yes.
are.
I play
That's a good question.
I play third person, so behind the car.
Yeah.
I got to be third person.
But I've always done that. But I know people say, you should play it sort of first person. I just like to sort of, I think you get more of a view.
Right.
Right.
You can sort of
Right.
anticipate being old, reaction time.
Yeah.
You can sort of see what's sort of ahead a bit. But
I
I guess
like-
you want to
I
be more
like the-
realistic. You go first person.
Yes. Yeah. I like the third person, but pulled back a bit. So I know like some games have like a third person and then there's one that's pulled back a bit. That's my preferred view. But then there's sometimes
Those
where I'll go
cars.
into that.
Yeah, those.
Oh,
those
there you
are,
go. Yeah, those are hard.
I
Well,
hate them.
you got to go in there and you have to work on the settings because
Right.
those actually in real life you have to change all those parts to
Right.
drift and
Yeah,
the
just,
tires.
I couldn't drift on them. It was horrible.
Yeah. No, just give me my Ford Focus. I'm happy with my.
You don't want the Escort? You get the
No,
Ford
no,
Escort, right? No?
No.
But
Yeah,
Peggy
I've got to
12.
go. I've got to go third person and drop it back a bit as well, John. I like to be able to see what's coming up over the horizon and
Yep,
everything.
same here.
Talking of which, played a bit of that earlier. I did try the first person there, but it's just so difficult to keep a track of where you're going.
I don't like
So
when they
hard.
bumping and smacking and
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes I do go to first person because it gives you, especially when there's a bunch of other cars around you, I feel for me, it gives you more precision in handling back and forth.
Yeah.
But so I alter, I'd say maybe about 80%, 80 to 85% of the time, I'm that third person pulled back. But then the other 15%, I'll go the first person when things gets, tight and there's a lot of cars around there. I'll go first person and
Yeah.
be able to maneuver a little bit easier, at least for me.
It's a good question. It's a very popular genre. It's not my thing, but it is hugely popular. And with Wreckfest coming as well, it's Wreckfest, isn't it?
The thing about Dirt 5, it's arcadey, so it's
Yes.
not like
That's-
F1 or something like that.
No.
Right.
So
That's what I like.
you hit another car and it's very forgiving and it allows you to sort of push cars out the way, sort of thing. With your elbows, as it were. So, whereas the more simulation ones, are unforgiving in that regard. You need to hit the corner right, try to avoid the cars.
Right.
Whereas with Dirt 5, you can sort of just smash your way through a bit. If
And
you have
I
to.
love the dirt illustrations, the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it looks so
the
good.
car getting dirty. That it's
Mhm.
yeah.
And I like
Yeah,
the climbs in
Yes.
you really feel
Mhm.
that. So most
Yes.
racing games, I was saying, most racing games are pretty flat.
Mhm.
Whereas some of the main features of some of the races in Dirt 5, you actually have to up a hill and around the corner and then down a hill, and you really get that sense. And I really like that aspect of it. Sets it apart from other games which have very kind of either flat or very low undulations.
Prefer it to grid?
Yeah, I think so. Grid's much more conventional racing, you know, it's on tracks. You know, I like the drifting in Dirt 5 and on the snow ones. Once you get that drift, when you pull off a drift where you go completely round like half a bend, you know, a bend and like I'd say 180 all the way around a semicircle, just all on one slide, and you time it just right. It's very satisfying if you can pull that off.
Of course, the big release really last week was probably Riders Republic. I mean, that just set the internet on fire, didn't it?
Yeah.
Available as part of Ubisoft Plus. So if you had it on Stadia, you could dive straight in, which I did. You guys still playing Riders, or have you moved on?
No, I actually got into some Riders Republic, and which is cool. I've actually played with some guys that were on GeForce. And it was really cool playing Stadia and somebody on another platform and racing. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah, the flying, I'm getting used to the flying. Flying.
That wingsuit, yeah.
Clive loves it, don't you, Clive?
No. I haven't gone back since I reset the flying to as it the default.
Did you reverse it?
Yeah, but I think I reversed the wrong bits, and it just and then I got into sort of a feedback loop of like of trying to correct it, and I thought no, perhaps just go back to the default, and I'll probably be better off learning that than trying to adjust it. You know.
Have you guys played it with friends and stuff? We've just been doing it solo.
Yeah.
I
play with a group of friends. What's cool is that the main person that invited everybody, you can bring them right on into a race.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool feature. You can also teleport. And I'm like, hell, where the hell are you guys at?
Yeah.
And they bring you all in, and that's the really cool thing. And anybody can set the race off, and then they pull the rest of you in. And I'm not sure how it worked, but it for people who sort of newish to the game and don't know those sort of mechanics necessarily, it's great if you've got somebody who goes, right, we can do this race over here, come on everybody, and then you get sucked into that race, and it's quite cool in that respect.
The world is massive.
Crashed in front. I love when crash in front of you. You know, it's like, oh my god, I'm in 5th place. Oh, only if this guy could just crash, and then they go the wrong. You can easily go off the track and take that person's spot. So
and the different tricks that you can do. There's so many like different tricks and things, and like the snowmobile, the bike, the skis. I mean, the wingsuit, all these different. Yeah. So this was a game that surprised me. It was like, okay, it looks cool, but then once you played it, it was like, holy crap, this is awesome. And then when you play with friends, it's even that much more fun.
I think didn't Jem do some infographic with the.
Yes,
with the controls to pull off some of the crazy stunts and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you need, because I can't never remember, and I constantly do a forward flip, but they for some reason or even a back never make it. They never go 360. They always fall on their head. I'm thinking, unless it's a giant jump, it's like there's never enough room, and then they just don't go over all the way and just bang every time on their head.
Yeah.
How cool is the Ubisoft Plus deal? I mean, look what we get for that. It's just an unbelievable deal.
I know out here these games are like $60.
Yeah.
And I mean,
well, you're getting so you're getting actually they're more, because you're getting a slightly upgraded version. It's more like 80, 90,
that's
90 quid.
Yeah,
and all the added stuff as well.
DLCs, one game or a couple of games. You put a lot of effort into 2 games on Ubisoft, and your subscription's probably covered it for the whole year.
Yeah.
If you just did 2 games, you're getting a 80 quid games, so that's 160 quid, and your sub was 12, so that's 144 quid. So, and you're not just gonna have 2 games, are you? You're going to be dipping into lots of other stuff. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's value if you're into those games. It's just it's certainly a nice to have, isn't it? Just being able to know that there's a game to play. There's plenty of games to play.
They're my company of the year.
$99.99 for the Ultimate Edition of Watch Dogs
Yeah.
Legion. I'm sure that's the version you
Yeah,
get.
so that's exactly. So it's
Just
really good
amazing.
value.
Yeah.
Yep, good shot, Clive.
And
they're
you're
bringing
getting
so
it
much new
day
stuff.
and date and all that kind of stuff on release. I mean, that
Yeah.
that's yeah.
It's all good. It's all good stuff in it, folk.
Because with
eh?
EA Play, for instance, you don't get day and date stuff, do you? I'm not.
Right.
No.
It's you'll get FIFA 19.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
Pro. You gotta
actually.
get EA Pro. You get EA Pro.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You get
Right.
EA Pro.
So what
And
EA?
that will let you.
Mm,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but say on Xbox you've got EA Play.
yes.
That's sort of
That's
more
older
back
stuff.
catalog stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And quite some of it, like Dead Space. Some quite really
That's what I
old
was saying. Like they have FIFA 19 on there or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's okay for folk like me, but you're right. If you want to have the cutting edge stuff, then you want to
No,
be
we
paying.
want the new kits. We want the new.
I
want
know, mate. I know.
new-
You like shiny
the
magpie.
new transfers.
I love watching the YouTube videos where they'll go to as part of their promotion and marketing. They'll go to the various Premier clubs, and they'll have two players from there, whatever, go round, hand out the FIFA packs, so that they can look what their cards are, what their ratings are on their card, and to see how they and obviously to them it means a lot, like their EA game FIFA rating really means a lot to them, even though they're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds every week, whatever. They're still like competitive in that way, and so it's really funny to see their reactions. And sometimes there's one with Carl Walker of Manchester City. Now Carl is very proud of the fact he's probably one of the fastest people in the Premier League in terms of running and stuff like that. And he's always talking about it when you're in interviews and stuff. When people say, "Who do you think's the fastest?" and go, "Well, me," innit? Like that. And so what they did is they gave him a fake FIFA card, and they put the speed. They changed the speed, and he was absolutely livid. He was going, "No way, no, this is not right. This is no way." And he was absolutely, and they were, and the other players who were winding him up, going, "No, look, I'm slightly faster than you, apparently." And he's going, "What? No, this is a joke." Putting it in the bin,
They're like that in Madden football, because there's a lot of prima donna football players, and they'll call the place and get pissed off. Like, wait a minute, I'm not a 90, I'm more like a 95.
Yeah.
No way.
How dare you? Some of them, they get really upset.
Yeah,
they get upset.
It's great marketing, though. It's great because of YouTube videos.
Yeah, of
they make
course.
great YouTube videos.
That's what it's all about.
But it's just because you see behind the scenes in a way, because they're at the clubs, and then it'll be like, so the Liverpool one, it's Van Dijk, and he'll and it was actually and Robertson. So Van Dijk and Robertson, and they've got them, and then they go round and they'll go into the massage room, and there'll be Trent Alexander on the table, and they go, "Here, Trent, we've got your thing," and they'll open it up. And this year, the way they presented it is the card was like this, like a credit. Yeah, so it's like long like a credit card, but in portrait mode. But it was digital. So when they slide it out the pack, their card is all on a digital form.
Nice.
And it looks really cool. It's exclusive to them, sort of presentation pack, whatever. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I want gold. I want nothing but gold in my packs.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing. Sorry, is when if one of the players is a silver.
We just close.
They all want to be gold.
Slight sad note. Anybody that was into
Yes,
Quantum Leap, as I was.
No.
Bless him.
Wow.
Dean Stockwell died. 85 years old.
Wow.
Jeez.
Absolutely loved that show.
I
And,
used to watch that show too.
Yeah, I just was actually flipping through the channels last night, and there's a channel called Vision TV here. It's for older folk, and this Quantum Leap was on, and it was
Have you
followed
got
up
the
by
URL?
Murder, She Wrote.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
god, that really
God.
is OAP
Right.
TV.
But yeah, I remember Quantum Leap, watching Quantum Leap in the 80s. Yeah, was it
Yeah.
88? Was it? I think it started
It's
87, 88.
I think.
89 to 93. There you go. There were 5
Okay, there you
seasons,
go.
NBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was huge in the UK. It was pretty
Yeah.
much huge everywhere. I think
Yeah.
it had universal appeal. And I always remember, without spoiling it for those that if you haven't seen it, it's 1993 for God's sake. But I always felt so sorry for him in the end because he never did get home.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Never
It's so
did.
sad.
Yeah.
But Scott Bakula, he of course went on as well to be started in one of the Star Trek spin-offs, didn't he? I forget, was it Discovery?
Oh,
I forget what it was now, but it was the
God, it
one
was-
that was kind of pre everything. It was just sort of just post our time and then into the future. But yes, there you go. Actor Dean Stockwell died, age 85. Bless him. And he'll be rerunning now in that beautiful place in the sky. So
Great film actor as well, actually.
he was
quite a lot
actually,
of
yeah, he was a
American
great actor.
Oscar for Marriage to the
independent,
Mob.
independent movie.
Was he?
Nominated. He was nominated.
Oh
for an
wow,
Oscar.
It was in
Wow.
Paris, Texas, which is a great
Oh,
awesome
very good.
film.
Inventors
Yeah.
film, I think. And
Awesome film. R.I.P. Dean. And you got a little sad note to end the show. Enterprise. Thank you, Krampus. I knew
There
it
it
was.
was, yeah.
Yes, that's the one. That's the fella. All good, gentlemen. Let's close with you telling everybody where they can find you. Start with you, Ray, if we may.
Well, tonight, me and Bet Cloud Gaming, we actually have a football show.
Football.
Sports Talk 101. We do a wrap up of what happened Sunday and Monday with the football, American football. And so we're doing that
American.
tonight.
it's just basically you two yelling at each other. I seem to the clip I saw. It just got like, no, the
I
ball's
got to
confused.
vent. My team, I'm a supporter of the 49ers, and there's a lot of people need to get sacked. So I'm gonna vent.
Oh,
I'm gonna
wow.
I'm gonna vent. It's
wow.
It's sad. It's
How much of the season is there left now, Ray?
well, it's 8 games, so they got another
Okay.
9 more games to play.
Right. Okay.
So-
Couple of months.
They can. I mean, we can. It's what it is like. It's like being in the middle of the table, like the table, and you want them to go up the table. Well, right now, they're heading down to regulation. All right, that's where they're heading right now. And I'm
What's
pissed
regulation? Is that like going down
Oh,
the
you're
league
out.
or something?
Yeah,
Oh no.
get out.
I thought that was the problem with the American football franchises and why it's and what they try to introduce with the European Super League here, and it was quite controversial because you never go out. But do you actually get kicked out of the?
No,
You never go out of the
no,
league.
Oh really?
No, but damn it, some of them damn teams need to go.
So
I
where's
mean,
jeopardy?
they
Yeah,
need
there's
to go.
none, is there? Well, there's
Well,
the wrath of Ray's tongue.
Yeah, I suppose.
You
yeah.
don't want to be
Well,
doing that, do you?
You get. I mean, the 49ers. They went and they got a young quarterback. He's sitting on the bench. He's got to get his lumps. You got to play him. You got to play him. If he's going to learn, just like somebody playing soccer, they're not going to learn if they're sitting in a chair. They you paid the money, get his butt out there and play. Because the other guy plays like a slug, so he's slow, and I'm not going to drive to Santa Clara, pay $15 for a beer, $20 for a damn hot dog. To watch a bunch of guys run like old ladies on the field. So, yeah. But anyway,
Do they have a
that's what I'm
signing?
looking
Do they have like a signing season, like midway?
yeah,
through
we
the
just
season?
we just did it, and they didn't do a damn thing. Well, we got a defense player. We got somebody on defense, but he didn't do jack in the last game. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's like we're supporters and we're paying X amount of dollars, $50 to park our car, $15 to drink beer. Food is
So
expensive.
there you go, folks. So you don't need to watch this show. You
Yeah.
basically had the whole thing there.
Anyway, let me stop. Let me shut up. That's what I'm
What
doing.
else? What else you got coming up? Because you're another one of these that never. You're everywhere. You are. You're like.
I'm streaming.
You're like dermatitis.
I'm streaming 10 p.m. Pacific time. That would be like 6 in the morning. You wonderful people out there in the UK, that'd be your time. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna stream, but I'll put it on Raid 3473 on my Twitter. I'm trying to figure out.
Awesome.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We shall look forward to all that. Everybody always looks. How are we doing on the old raid to 1K, by the way? Any much closer?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Just you've got a few.
You go
You're up
backwards
to,
and forwards.
Gotta have
Yeah.
some. Yeah.
you're about 400 and something, aren't you now?
I'm not worried about
Whatever it is, it ain't
I
enough,
just-
mate.
I
It
just
ain't
play
enough.
games, man. I
What the
play
hell's
games.
going on? John, well, listen, new shows and all sorts going on in the wonderful wide world of
Oh my
Scars.
gosh, geez, Louise, it sure is.
Yeah.
So Ninja Guy X and myself, we started a brand new show that's
It was awesome.
takes place every Fridays at 4:30 Eastern in the afternoon. It's called Stadium Connect North. So we add a little bit of Canadian flair to the show here, and we just had the first show this last Friday, and boy, it was so much fun. A lot of nerves beforehand, but once we get in there and just start talking,
You got a knife.
yeah. I mean, when it's something that you love and enjoy, and then it just comes natural to you. So we had a really fun time. And then I'm going to be streaming later today. I've started. I'm not much of an achievement hunter, but when I played My Friend Peppa Pig, because I heard from Outright Games that I heard that it was pretty easy to get all the achievements in. He said, "You know what? I'm going to stream from start to finish My Friend Peppa Pig and get all the achievements." So we use Stadia Hunters
Start high, hey, mate.
as a guide. And I said, you know what? After I finished that, it was about 2.5 to 3 hour stream. I said, you know what? Just for the fun of it, I'm going to go through each and every of the game from Outright Games on Stadia and go and get 100% achievements on them. So I'm working through. PJ Masks was one of them. I was actually working on two. PJ Masks and also Dragon's Dawn of New Riders. But I come across this morning. I was streaming PJ Masks and came across some bugs, and it just like totally froze the game, and I really couldn't go on. So I'm gonna submit the video clips and stuff to Outright Games, so hopefully they can get a patch out. But the Dragon Riders, I'm going to be playing more of that later today, and my epic quest to get 100%. It's just tongue-in-cheek fun. These are
good.
like games that might
gotta
not
be done.
necessarily see
Yeah.
the other people stream. And I think at one time Anthony had said, well, John, in the morning you're streaming Doom Eternal Horde mode, and then the afternoon it's My Friend Peppa Pig. What's going on? And I said, you know what? It's for everybody, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Everybody
Doom
deserves their
Eternal
own-
for the under sevens, Peppa
Yeah.
Pig for the over 50s. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah. So, anyways, just a series of different stuff I'll be streaming. Maybe dip into the Rainbow Six Siege now that they've got a new
we
operator.
didn't mention
added.
Rainbow Six Siege because there's been a big update there as well.
Yeah,
It's all going on in the land of Ubisoft.
They're killing
Yeah,
it. man.
they're-
killing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty great. So just a lot of different things going on. Just like Ray, follow me on Twitter, 4scars_gaming, and I'll tweet out and whenever I'm going live. and
That's
things
awesome.
Like that.
Always a pleasure. And thank you for joining as always, my friend.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Monsieur Illendon.
Ah oui. Ça va. Ça va bien.
Ça va bien, merci.
Lord Kensal shall be streaming at 9 p.m. UK time tonight. I've no idea what he's got planned. I never do. He never lets me know. But should be good as ever.
Yep. And that's it. What about Monday?
Yeah, I'll be doing Stadia Monday night chat, 10 p.m. UK every Monday night. But yeah, you
Of
could know that.
course.
People
A
know that.
staple of all stadiums.
And if you're a channel member, there'll be the Friday Reddit rant.
Yep. The Reddit rant.
If you got to be a channel member though. Yeah,
Yes.
so-
You ain't in, you ain't in. Simple as. Simple as. Well, as for me, the one thing I can't promise you is Rokk Reveal is going to keep going. Because what are we playing whack-a-mole here or what? But don't worry, because this Friday coming up is a whole brand new show, Friday Night Rock. And not this Saturday, but potentially the Saturday after. You know, there might just be some burstings of clouds and stuff. You'll have to stay tuned for that one. But yes, it's been officially announced today. Cloudburst is coming back, season 2. I'm going to give you some hints. Okay, some of the people in this panel might be showing up, excluding me, but I will be there. So watch this space. Who could it be? Man, you got some balls.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be great. So watch out for that Cloudburst, as it was, only bigger and better. So looking forward to that. And other than that, I'm continuing to do some streaming occasionally on my Twitch channel. And thank you as well to everybody that very graciously came along and followed and got me from 28 to 39, I think, which was awesome.
Wow.
If I can get to 50, they let me keep the videos there for a bit, which would be really awesome.
Don't they let you keep your videos anyway?
No, once you got to get to a certain level. Yeah, they disappear otherwise after a
Oh,
while.
wow.
Yeah.
But,
Really?
but they're there for a couple of weeks, aren't they? Or
Yeah,
like
and then they go,
mixed
and then they go,
okay, and then
they go,
disappear. So you got to get to a certain level. But I'm on the way. I think I've got to get more than one person watching a show. And that's never happened yet. I think I've got to get 3, and I've got to get up to 50 followers. So we'll get there. We'll get there. It's a baby channel. I don't mind. Nobody wants to watch me streaming games anyway, do they? It's despicable. Chat, thank you so much as well for your gracious presence. It's been great fun to see you all. I could sit here and list you, but there's been a million of you, and we've had all the good and the great and everyone in between. So thank you so much. We may be back next Tuesday. I'm not sure. I'm seriously debating the relevance of a show that's supposed to launch with the TWAS when we know it ain't coming out on a Tuesday anymore. So I might go back to the drawing board, but it doesn't matter because there's more content to come from the Rokk channel. And either way, you have been amazing. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a great week.
Thank you, everybody.
And
everybody.
enjoy playing your Stadia. I'm going to get the right one here now. I've got too many. Here we go. Goodbye.